Hey, what is going on, guys? Dave from Wake Up It's Football, and with the Sports Network, bringing you guys the top 5 most disappointing teams for the 2013 NFL season. These teams are in no particular order, so let's dive right into things here. We got the Atlanta Falcons, who are sitting at 2-6. Very unfortunate, that they've suffered the injuries that they've suffered, so I think you can point the finger at that. Julio Jones is out for the year. He's on IR. Roddy White has been banged up for most of the season. He's been sitting on the bench for practically the entire year. Matt Ryan really hasn't had any viable options to throw to at wide receiver except Tony Gonzalez, who is 37 years old. The tight end has really been his go-to guy. Steven Jackson, another free agent acquisition that they brought in, hasn't lived up to expectations. He's been banged up, and a couple of defensive leaders there at linebacker have been hurt, and I believe they're missing a good portion of the season. So I think you can point the finger at injuries for the Falcons, but I don't know if it's any reason for the amount of talent that they have to be at 2-6. Another team that is 2-6, I believe 4 of the 5 teams on this list are going to be at 2-6. The New York Giants. Eli Manning. A lot of interceptions, a lot of turnovers. He's a player that you can definitely point the finger at when it comes to the Giants. You cannot turn the ball over when it comes to the NFL, and if you're doing it more than anybody else's in the league, you're going to definitely lose games, and that's why they started out at 0-6. Right now they're on a 2-game winning streak. Let's see how they keep going here, but I don't know. Can you say that's a winnable division right now with the Cowboys leading it at 4-4? They're only 2 games behind. That's an interesting thought, but right now they're in 2-6. I think they're one of the more disappointing teams in the league. Another team that's 2-6, the Houston Texans. A lot of people love to label the Texans as that next team that's going to emerge as a Super Bowl favorite. And, me, myself, I like to do it year after year. In the last couple of years, I've done it. This year, I'm done doing it. They're 2-6. Case Keenum is now the starting quarterback there in Houston. They've benched Matt Schaub. Even though he is healthy, he is on the bench. That is a very interesting thing that I might actually have to do for my channel, talk about Matt Schaub, the benching, and Case Keenum emerging as that starting quarterback there. But I don't really understand what's the main problem is for the Houston Texans. Can't really put my finger on it. They've lost a lot of close games. The defense hasn't really looked like that dynamic, fast-paced, shutdown defense that you thought they would be with J.J. Watt. But we'll see where it goes for the Houston Texans. I don't see them going really anywhere this season. So no playoffs for them from my opinion. Another 2-6 team, Pittsburgh Steelers. I think Ben Roethlisberger is missing some weapons out at wide receiver. Even though Le'Veon Bell at running back, the rookies looked pretty decent, really hasn't been a huge contributor to that offense. I think that defense at times has been looking old. Palomalu is one of those guys who's in his 30s right now, and he might have lost a step or two. A lot of concussions there for Palomalu in his career. I don't know if he's the same Palomalu he was a couple seasons ago, but the point is this. The Pittsburgh Steelers, who have been to 3 Super Bowls, I believe, since 2006, are sitting at 2-6, and it's not looking good for them this season. The Bengals are leading that AFC North right now. I think they're going to have a stranglehold on that division for the entire season. So Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the more disappointing teams. And I think the last team on my list is in the AFC North as well, the Baltimore Ravens, who are sitting at 4-4. I know they're at 500 right now, but they're the defending Super Bowl champs, and they just really haven't looked that great. And a lot of their games have been low scoring. They've been struggling to put points up offensively. Ray Rice has been a disappointment this season as well. Joe Flacco, I think, is really missing Anquan Bolden in that receiving corps. So what do you do when you're the defending Super Bowl champs and at the halfway point you're in 4-4? I really don't have an answer for you when you're struggling to put points up offensively. We'll see. They did not trade for a receiver at the trade deadline. I know they were very interested in doing so for Joe Flacco, but they did not. So we'll see what happens with the Ravens. If I miss a team, if you guys think a team that I didn't mention is the most disappointing team in the league this year, throw those comments down below. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. But again, I'm Dave from Wake Up It's Football and with the Sports Network.